Good day everyone, my name is Kenney Nicole Casas, and for today's video we will be going to talk about the Stevens-Krashen's theory of second language acquisition. Krashen's theory of second language learning is made up of five major hypotheses. Number one, we have the acquisition learning hypothesis. The acquired system of acquisition is the result of subconscious process comparable to that of toddlers learning in their first language. It necessitates meaningful contact in the target of language, natural communication in which speakers focus on communicative act rather than structure of the utterances. Centered situation, a deductive method results in learning, whereas in inductive approach, it results in acquisition. So when you say deductive, it's more on learning, and when you say inductive approach, it's more on acquisition. The second one, we have the monitor hypothesis. It describes the link between acquisition of learning and the impact of the latter of the former. The monitoring function is practical application of the previously acquired grammar. According to Krashen's, the acquisition system initiates utterances while the learning system acts as a monitor or editor. But most of the time I call it filtering in my own definition, Kenny's definition. When there is specified circumstances are satisfied, the monitor acts in a planning, editing, and correcting function. The learner of a second language has plenty of time on their hands. They are concerned from the form of or accuracy. They are aware about the regulation. Most of the time, the teachers making a corrective feedback in terms of this thing, like when they are doing journals or summaries or even those activities that that deals with language. Next, we have the input hypothesis. Krashen's input hypothesis attempts to explain how a learner acquires a second language, how second language acquisition occurs. The input theory solely considers acquisition and not learning. According to this idea, when a learner gets second language input that is one step beyond his or her present level of linguistic ability, he or she develops and advances along the natural order. Next, we have the affective filter hypothesis. Krashen's idea that a variety of affective factors have a facilitative but not a casual role in second language learning is embodied in the affective filter hypothesis. Motivation, self-confidence, anxiousness, and personality characteristic are examples of these factors. Krashen's contends that the learners with strong drive, self-confidence, and a positive self-image and a low level of anxiety and extroversion are better prepared for second language acquisition success. Low motivation, anxiety, introversion, and inhibition can all elevate the emotional filter and create a mental block, preventing intelligibly input from being utilized for learning. The last one is the natural order hypothesis. This hypothesis indicates the acquisition of grammatical structure follows a predicted natural sequence. Some grammatical structures in particular language are learned early, whereas others are learned later. This is a nuisance point. Both professors and students are in fact misleading themselves. They assume that it is the subject matter itself, the study of grammar, that is responsible for the student's success, but it is the truth. It is the medium, not the message, that is responsible for their advancement. Any issues that piqued their curiosity would suffice.